Has your quest for enlightenment somehow led you down a gilded path, one where the spirit feels subtly caged? Does the pursuit of spiritual growth feel less like liberation and more like an endless transaction, a debt accruing with each workshop, retreat, or certification? A nagging unease stirs within, a dissonance between the freedom promised and the financial burden carried. The heart aches for authenticity, yet the wallet feels increasingly empty. Perhaps you've sensed it too, that whisper of truth suggesting the very tools meant to liberate are instead binding. The soul longs for connection, for transcendence, yet finds itself tethered to budgets, payment plans, and the unspoken pressure to invest more, to ascend higher, to finally arrive. But arrive where, and at what cost? What if the true temple resides not in exotic locales or expensive courses, but within the quiet sanctuary of your own being? There is a different way. A path where the sacred is honored without being commodified. Where intuition guides more powerfully than invoices. Where true wealth is measured not in dollars, but in the boundless currency of inner peace. Imagine a world where your spiritual journey nourishes your soul and your life, without emptying your bank account. A realm where wisdom is freely given, freely received, and eternally abundant. Dare to release the guilt, the fear, the obligation. Allow yourself to question, to discern, to reclaim your power. What if the awakening you seek is not purchased, but remembered? What if the key to unlocking true abundance lies not in external investments, but in the infinite riches already residing within your own heart? This is an invitation to reclaim your spiritual sovereignty. Stay with us, walk this path to its end. The answers you seek are not far off, hidden within the journey itself. Welcome to Zen Companion. A place where inner peace reveals the way to abundance. The soul whispers through uncertainty, a gentle pulling away from the dramas that once defined our days. It begins subtly, almost imperceptibly, as the need to defend, to argue, to be undeniably right, begins to soften around the edges. A quiet space emerges within where the storms of yesterday simply pass, leaving no lasting residue. This is not apathy, but a sacred recognition that our inner peace holds more value than any external validation. Life often teaches us that the deepest transformations arise from the ashes of what we thought we knew. Grief, surrender, the cyclical dance of disappointment, these are not mere setbacks, but potent alchemists transmuting our emotional chains into wings. Reflect on the moments when the ground beneath you seemed to crumble. Perhaps they were not endings, but thresholds. Perhaps they were the soul's deliberate stripping away of illusions, preparing you for a journey beyond the familiar shores of the heart. Embracing silence reveals the profound truth that true sovereignty lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering the kingdom within. We are being called to remember that emotional detachment is not the absence of love, but its purest expression. It is the overflowing of compassion that no longer requires reciprocation to sustain itself. This is the alchemy of the heart, transforming need into boundless giving. The soul, weary of karmic loops, begins to untangle itself from the threads of expectation and attachment. It is a slow, deliberate dance, a shedding of skins that no longer fit the expanding spirit. This quiet retreat is not a turning away from life, but a turning inward, a gathering of strength for the ascent. It's the soul patiently preparing for its next grand act, a purpose that resonates with a deeper, more resonant truth. And as the echoes of old battles fade, a new landscape begins to emerge, a vista painted with the colors of possibility, where the heart, finally unburdened, can begin to truly sing its song. It waits for the moment to embrace a mission far beyond the confines of the self, a mission that calls to the very essence of our being, ready to bloom. With the emotional storms calmed, a quietude settles within, and in that stillness, a whisper begins. It's not a shout, not a demand, but a gentle current pulling you towards something familiar. Perhaps it surfaces as recurring dreams, images that linger long after waking. Or maybe it takes the form of persistent thoughts, a quiet knowing that nudges you in a certain direction. It feels less like a discovery and more like a remembering, as if the soul has always held this purpose, patiently waiting for the noise to subside. This is distinct from the ego's clamoring ambitions. The ego seeks validation, status, a fleeting sense of importance. The soul's purpose, however, is rooted in something deeper: meaning, connection, a desire to contribute. It doesn't chase fleeting praise, it seeks to embody sacred service. It isn't driven by a sense of urgency, but by a gentle, unwavering knowing. Where the ego pushes, the soul guides. Life often teaches us that this awakening isn't accompanied by dramatic pronouncements or earth-shattering revelations. It's often subtle, a quiet fire that ignites within. It doesn't come with grand fanfare, but with the simple, profound feeling that, this is what I must do. It's a clarity that transcends doubt, a certainty that settles deep within your bones. This clarity, this undeniable pull, is a divine sign, a gentle beacon illuminating your path. Embracing silence reveals that your unique purpose is not something to be found, but something to be remembered. The soul whispers through uncertainty, guiding you back to the essence of why you came. We are being called to remember the gifts we were born to share, the unique imprint we are meant to leave on this world. As you sit with this emerging sense of purpose, allow it to deepen, to take root. The journey continues, and in the next step, this quiet knowing will blossom into soul service, into a sacred contribution that extends far beyond yourself, becoming a gift to the world itself. Have you ever felt a disquiet, a subtle unease that your current path, though comfortable, lacks a certain resonance? Perhaps you find yourself staring into the vast canvas of the night sky, feeling a longing for something more, something true. This yearning is not a mere dissatisfaction, it is the soul stirring, awakening from a long slumber, preparing to remember its purpose. The emergence of soul purpose often begins with a gentle unraveling. You might notice a shift in your interests, a magnetic pull towards activities or subjects that once held no appeal. Perhaps a forgotten childhood passion resurfaces, whispering promises of joy and fulfillment. Remember the old woman who, after years of corporate life, found solace in painting vibrant landscapes, her art becoming a beacon of hope for her community? Life often teaches us that the soul whispers through uncertainty, revealing its path in unexpected ways. You might encounter recurring symbols or numbers, seemingly random events that carry a deeper significance. Pay attention to your dreams. They are often a direct line to your subconscious, offering glimpses of your true calling. The universe communicates in subtle ways, and recognizing these signs is the first step towards aligning with your soul's journey. Embracing silence reveals these whispers more clearly. In the stillness, you might find yourself drawn to certain people, mentors, or guides who resonate with your emerging purpose. These connections are not accidental, they are divinely orchestrated to support you on your path. The soul remembers through shared experiences, through the wisdom of others who have walked a similar road. We are being called to remember that this sense of soul purpose is not the final destination, but the compass. It is a guiding light that will illuminate the path ahead, helping you navigate the twists and turns of life with clarity and grace. In the next step, we will explore how to recognize the sacred synchronicities and inner signs that will lead you toward your higher path, revealing the unique tapestry of your soul's mission. Following the dedication to inner work, a subtle shift occurs. The universe, sensing the soul's sincere yearning, begins to respond in its own mysterious language. It is a language not of words, but of symbols, whispers, and echoes that resonate deep within the heart. Look around and begin to notice. These are the early signs of alignment: a feather appearing on your path, a song playing on repeat with poignant lyrics, the same number sequence appearing on clocks and receipts. They are not mere coincidences, but gentle nudges from the divine, assuring you that you are being seen, heard, and guided. The universe speaks in a myriad of ways, and these synchronicities are its love letters to your soul. Embracing silence reveals these subtle clues more clearly. Life often teaches us that when we quiet the noise of the external world, we can hear the whispers of our inner compass. These signs are not meant to dictate your path, but to confirm your direction, to encourage you to trust the unfolding journey. They are breadcrumbs leading you deeper into the forest of your own being. Each sign is a mirror, reflecting your inner landscape back to you. A reminder that you are not alone, that the universe is conspiring in your favor, orchestrating events and encounters to support your growth. This dance with synchronicity is an invitation to surrender to the flow, to trust that you are exactly where you need to be, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. The soul whispers through uncertainty, revealing its wisdom in the form of repeating themes, meaningful conversations, and unexpected opportunities. These are not tests, but affirmations. The universe is acknowledging your efforts, celebrating your courage, and offering its unwavering support. Allow yourself to receive these gifts with gratitude and an open heart. As these signs begin to illuminate your path, you're invited to go deeper, not just to see, but to listen. In the next step, we'll enter the quiet space where the universe speaks loudest, the realm of stillness and solitude. The discomfort of solitude can feel like abandonment, a stark exposure to the silence within. Many rush to fill this space, fearing what might surface from the depths. But what if this perceived emptiness is not a punishment, but a sacred invitation? What if the quiet is not a void, but a fertile ground waiting to be seeded with intention and self-compassion? Embracing silence reveals the incessant chatter of the ego, the anxieties that cling to the surface of our being. This is the moment to gently observe these thoughts, without judgment, allowing them to dissipate like clouds in the vast sky of consciousness. It is in this stillness that the soul begins to remember its own song, a melody often drowned out by the noise of the world. Life often teaches us that true transformation requires a descent into the self, a stripping away of external identities and expectations. In this sacred solitude, we confront the karmic residue, the patterns and beliefs that no longer serve our highest good. It is here, in the crucible of self-reflection, that these burdens begin to dissolve, making way for a lighter, more authentic self to emerge. Consider incorporating daily moments of quiet contemplation. Light a candle, sit in stillness, and simply breathe. Allow your awareness to gently rest on the sensations of your body, the rise and fall of your breath. If thoughts arise, acknowledge them without engaging, returning your focus to the present moment. This simple practice can create a profound shift in your inner landscape. We are being called to remember the power of introspection, the transformative potential of sacred solitude. It is not about escaping the world, but about deepening our connection to our inner source of wisdom and strength. Embrace the quiet, listen to the whispers of your soul, and trust that you are being guided towards a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. The soul whispers through uncertainty, reminding us that we are not alone, even in our solitude. We are part of a vast tapestry of interconnectedness, a universe of love and support. This is not the end of the journey, but a necessary pause, a moment of deep preparation before the next unfolding. After the silence, a stirring begins, a subtle shift in perception. A sacred memory flickers at the edge of awareness, a call from beyond the veil. It is time to explore the mystical recollection of our soul origins, to trace the lineage of our spiritual inheritance. The soul remembers, even when the mind forgets. A gentle stirring, a phantom touch, like the echo of a song you knew in another dream. Do you feel it? That pull towards an origin unknown, a heritage whispered on the wind? It's a longing woven into the fabric of your being, an ancient nostalgia for a home you can't quite name. Imagine the stars, not just as distant suns, but as silent witnesses to your soul's long journey. They hold the maps of your past, the imprints of choices made and paths traversed. Can you sense the golden thread that stretches across lifetimes, connecting you to ancestors you never met, yet whose wisdom flows in your veins? A sacred echo stirs within your chest, a resonance with something eternally true. Life often teaches us that what we seek is already within. The soul whispers through uncertainty, guiding you back to the source of your being. What if the answers you seek are not in the future, but buried deep within the layers of your soul's history? What if the truth of who you are is not a discovery, but a remembering? Embracing silence reveals the tapestry of lifetimes waiting to be remembered. A key hidden in the silence of your dreams, a knowing that blooms in the quiet moments of contemplation. You ache to return to a truth you've never been taught, a sacred inheritance unclaimed. Do you dare to listen to the faint, but persistent, call? We are being called to remember the essence of our eternal self. The journey of awakening to soul memory is not a passive experience, but an active participation in your own spiritual evolution. This remembering opens the door to embracing the soul's sacred mission, the responsibilities of spiritual rebirth, beckoning you forward into the light. The soul whispers through uncertainty, a sacred invitation you fear to accept. Do you hear the soft voice rising within the noise of doubt, calling you towards a destiny only you can choose to open? It's not a booming command, but a gentle stirring, like sunlight warming a frozen heart. This is the awakening of spiritual responsibility, the understanding that your existence is a thread in a grand tapestry. Life often teaches us that true freedom lies not in endless possibilities, but in the courageous embrace of our unique path. The path asks not for your certainty, only your presence, your willingness to listen to the truth beneath the noise. Can you feel the resonance of this calling? This alignment that hums within your very being? Your soul is already ready, only your fear remains. We are being called to remember the sacred work etched within our spirits, a mission not imposed but revealed. You are the seed breaking through sacred ground, pushing past the darkness, reaching for the light. Every breath is a step closer to blooming, closer to embodying the essence of who you are meant to be. What if the very thing you fear is the key to unlocking your deepest joy? Embracing silence reveals the sacred contract your soul made long ago, a promise to serve, to heal, to love. This isn't a task, but a dance, a harmonious unfolding of your inner north. Are you willing to surrender to the current, to trust the unseen forces guiding you towards your highest potential? The seed of the soul's sacred mission is planted here, watered by tears of vulnerability and nurtured by moments of quiet courage. The soul whispers, trust the sacred invitation. Even as you step forward, know that shadows may lengthen, and trials may test your resolve. The journey towards embodying your sacred mission is not without its karmic resistance. But remember, every obstacle is a stepping stone, and every challenge refines the strength of your spirit, preparing you for the profound work that awaits. Life often teaches us that the most profound spiritual awakenings are born from the crucible of our deepest challenges. These patterns are not curses, they are coded invitations, beckoning you to unravel the mysteries etched within your soul's journey. As you stand at this precipice, look back at the battles you've fought, the wounds you've carried. How have they shaped the landscape of your spiritual understanding? What truths have been forged in the fires of your personal trials? The soul whispers through uncertainty, revealing that within each challenge lies the map to your liberation. You may feel as though you are dragging chains that once seemed unbreakable, but these are merely echoes of past lessons, opportunities to rewrite the narrative. Are you willing to release the weight of what was, to embrace the lightness of what can be? Each wound is a door waiting to be opened, revealing the sacred strength that resides within. We are being called to remember that strength is not about force, but about the gentle resilience that blossoms in the face of adversity. You learn not to conquer the pain, but to witness it without flinching, allowing it to flow through you like a river finding its course. Some lessons return like tides, not to punish, but to deepen your understanding, to refine the contours of your compassion. Is it possible that your greatest power lies not in resistance, but in surrender? Embracing silence reveals the cyclical nature of karmic release, a spiral dance where healing is not a ladder, but a journey that circles back to offer deeper insight. These repeating patterns are not meant to trap you, but to illuminate the path forward, each revolution bringing you closer to your authentic self. Can you feel the subtle shift, the softening of the edges, as you embrace the dance? As we come to the close of this chapter, remember that we've explored the financial traps that can masquerade as spiritual pursuits, and how karmic obstacles are not punishments, but essential lessons. The soul is now face to face with its shadow, but your strength is born in your softness. A stillness begins to rise beneath the struggle, one breath away from surrender. True spiritual resilience is now on the verge of being forged, leading to a state of transcendence and peaceful release in the final stage. The teachings we've explored together are not meant to remain as mere concepts, but to blossom into daily practice. Can you feel within you the call to integrate this wisdom into the fabric of your life? How can you begin to weave the golden threads of understanding into the tapestry of your everyday actions? What small, conscious choices can you make right now to move closer to the inner peace that resides within? Imagine the serenity that unfolds as your soul embraces this journey with trust and surrender. Picture the liberation that comes when you release the need to control and simply allow the divine to guide your steps. Awakening is not a sudden explosion, but a gentle unfolding, a spiritual rebirth that happens naturally as you surrender to the flow of life. It is like the slow, deliberate opening of a lotus flower, revealing its beauty to the world. Here, within this channel, you find a sanctuary for your soul, a welcoming space to nurture your spiritual growth. Know that you are not alone on this path. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and illuminate the world with our collective wisdom. This is a place where you can deepen your understanding and find solace in shared experiences. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like to help our channel grow and reach more souls seeking guidance. Subscribe to stay connected and receive regular inspiration to support your spiritual journey. Share your experiences, questions, and reflections in the comments below. What resonated most with you? What questions linger in your heart? Suggest topics you'd like us to explore in future videos. Your voice matters, and we value your contribution to this community. True progress on this path comes not from striving, but from consistent practice and conscious surrender. Have courage, trust in the love that surrounds you, and know that your soul is always guiding you toward the light. Remember, this channel will always be here, a beacon of spiritual support, a reminder that you are loved and never truly alone on this sacred journey.